The date, June 25th, 2023. There I stood, creating my very first account on a website known as Artfight, preparing for an intense battle of which I could only dream. For the longest time, I've loved making art, mainly because I like making things and showing them off to people. And this, perfect excuse to have some fun, me from 2 years ago thought. The rules of this fight were simple. A giant group of artists would join one of two different teams, create characters for other people to draw, and then make as much character art as they can to get glorious stacks of points and try to make their team the official winner of Artfight. This was it. The chance to show the world wrong and be the very best artist in the entire world! Or something like that. I mean, I haven't really made characters before, but I've made Kraft mac and cheese. Probably the same thing. With my confidence exceedingly high, I looked at the two different teams, werewolves and vampires, and chose vampires. Because objectively, we vampires are cooler because we can have neat powers all day, instead of having it on for a day every month. Plus, we don't get pelt lice, so ha! Ah! The start of this competition was set. 31 days were on the clock, it was time. I readied myself in eager anticipation, and I made one drawing, and that was it. Granted, it was the drawing I was pretty happy about, and the guy who made the character even commented that they liked it. But something about the scale of this event kind of crushed me. Seeing so many talented people make things compared to my little sketches made me kind of feel like I really wasn't worthy of making art. Team Werewolves beat Team Vampires that year, and coming into 2024, I didn't really attend. Life got busy, and so did I. But this year, 2025, things were different. I'm not entirely sure what was different, but I wanted to get back into art. And not fearing what people were going to think of its quality or its importance, I just wanted to be creative. So this year, I came back with a new perspective. Instead of trying to confidently want to be the best, I was just going to draw and have fun with it. Try and draw a lot to get out of the creative rut I was in. Specifically, try to do 31 characters in 31 days. It didn't have to be perfect, it just had to be done. Plus, I was using a mouse to draw with. And you're not gonna make perfect art with this. And trust me, I do not recommend drawing with a mouse if you've got other options. So this year, out of the two different teams in the event, I joined in and chose Team Crystals. Jesse, we need to make art, Jesse. Now, one thing I have to do before actually starting Artfight is making characters. So I made some. Introducing Abyssy, aka me, aka my Sona's name, I guess? I'm figuring out all these art terms. Give me a second. Warden, from the hit video game A Grave Encounter. Yes, I will still be plugging my game, and yes, you should totally play it. Ayumu. And Rai, because I thought, what if I made a character that's just a triangle, and not Bill Cipher? Now, first week, I had a few different ideas I wanted to try. First of them was making pixel art, and one thing I really like about pixel art is that you can make a bunch just using a few different colors. And as you can see here, this piece only uses a few different shades to make the whole piece, which means that you can limit your palette a lot and still get some really cool results. Secondly, I tried out a free software called Krita to make some new different types of art. And let me tell you, this thing is fun. You've got the wackiest brushes known to man on this thing, and I love it. So I had a little fun with the options on the background, but also tried making some art relatively similar to the ones that I've drawn in the past. Tools like the stabilizer make it so that lines that look a little everywhere stay a lot smoother. And when you're using a mouse, you need all the help you can get to deal with this eldritch abomination of segmented priority control. TM. Third one, I challenged myself to have the final product not using lines, so instead, what I decided is I would try and make a structure for my art instead of just going straight for it. And it really helped. One thing about art I've been learning is that building blocks really helps you get it easier so you can envision what your final piece is going to look like, and drawing guidelines helps a lot. Also, Smart's got nothing on this guy. Now, 2 weeks in, I had a few different attacks done, but 3 out of 31 was a bit short of my goal. So my plan was I was going to do way more digital art for that week, and I'm out of town. Luckily, I had a sketchbook. So throughout this week, I drew a bunch of little guys. And also, this guy, I didn't have time to finish him, so I never really submitted that attack. But look at them all! The goobers! Another cool thing about art is that you're never going to draw a completely identical drawing to what the original person had, because you're always going to have your own little spin on it, while also getting to see whatever vision somebody had for their reference. Like, look at this guy. Where is that character design inspired from? If your answer was that one scene in Wreck-It Ralph where King Candy turns into a giant bug thing, you are correct. Also, how did you guess that? After getting back home, some of the other drawings I did was this silly lizard guy that I accidentally made a little too dark, and an art that I collaborated on where I drew Abyssi getting hunted down by a masked cyborg assassin. The conclusion:
28 samples.
Now, another thing I wanted to do for Art Fight was doing a mass attack, where a bunch of characters were all in the same piece of art, netting you an obscenely high amount of points! Except I made a mistake. I wanted to animate them all. It was supposed to be easy, supposed to be simple, it's gonna be a fun little nod to my game age, but I was just thinking it was gonna be simple, easy pixel art. But oh boy, do not get me started on this. I thought this would be very quick, and it took me nearly a week to finish. Even still, I am so happy with how this turned out. I like adding little tinges of personality through animation, and it was so worth it. Big thanks to all the people I randomly asked if I could put their characters in a mass attack. They are the bomb. Now, finishing that piece kind of wore me out for the rest of Art Fight, but I was really near to my goal. I thought it'd just be smooth sailing from there, and it's the last day. And the event ends at noon tomorrow. I quickly scrambled together a list of characters to draw, and I decided that I would just keep booking it through an entire all-nighter. And trust me, I do not recommend this. I was very tired the next day, but the end result were these guys. Most of these characters were characters from artists who had already attacked me earlier in Art Fight with a sketch of my own characters. This was a kind of fun way to do something back at them, while also trying to get everything finished with the limited time I had available. And the result? I think it did pretty good. Maybe? But now, the final question must be unveiled. After all this, did I get a total of 31 characters drawn before the end of this event? Did I succeed in my personal goal, or did I fail like the miserable Welch I am? Drumroll, please! Yeah, I did. And Team Crystals won too, all because of me. I claim entire credit for this accomplishment. But in all seriousness, this event was super fun, and seeing the responses people gave on me drawing their characters was awesome. People gave such nice comments and were super happy about the art, and a lot of people drew my own characters too. Like, look at this. I want to give a huge shout out to all these people listed right here. These guys are awesome. I'm just gonna link their art profiles if you want to see all the other art they made for Art Fight. And if you have an Art Fight account, you could either attack them or go tell them that they're awesome or that their cologne smells nice or something. Go show them some love. Throughout this challenge, I've seen a lot more quote-unquote beginner artists make things for Art Fight, and I think that that is an awesome thing. You don't need to be perfect or have fancy tools to make art. In fact, I'd argue that I don't have fancy tools and I still make art, and I'm still just as much a beginner as everyone else. But seeing what I've been able to make now compared to what I started out as a kid, I'm really glad I didn't quit. Over time, you hone those skills to make things bigger and better, and those things don't just happen without all the little steps in the way. Like drawing Sans Undertale. I don't know what he's doing here, but he's doing something. Nowadays, it kind of seems like art just feels a little pointless with the advent of AI doing it all for you, but I'd like to say, don't stress about it, and don't ever worry about being perfect. You just need to find that spark of God-given creativity to go out and make something, and show the world you can. No AI is going to be able to replicate that. And you know what? Find people who will encourage you to keep going. Have fun with it. Someday you'll look back and see that everything that seemed so big, that you've came a long way. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video and seeing my journey here. And to any aspiring artists out there, keep making awesome things. Find people to share it with. And don't let the fear of failure get you down. This is Fireflanger signing off. Hmm?